Hey, what's going on YouTube? So, right now, I'm going to do a run of the Weekend Dungeon Master difficulty. And Weekend Dungeon overall only comes around, of course, on the weekends, so that's Saturday, Sunday. And they have extremely high EXP and coin yield per stamina. And so they're extremely good when you're trying to farm for experience, like to rank up, and also for money, because if you're early on in the game, you're not going to realize this as soon as as of yet, but pretty soon you'll realize that you're going to need a lot of money, especially to start evolving and fusing your monsters and leveling them up. So yeah, so I'm going to do a run of Master. Master gives approximately, I think, 10,000 EXP, and I'm ranked 92, and I currently need, I think I already did a run earlier, and so I probably need about 35,000 EXP per level up. And like, of course, like at a bit lower level, this is a bit better, but that's alright. I'm gonna use Kushinada. Like, I pretty much farm these friends. Like, I have a bunch of Kushinada friends because they have an amazing leader skill, which is that your attack increases with 3 or more combos, and at 3 combos, it gives you a 1.5 times multiplier, and it goes up by 0.5 for every uh, extra combo after that, up to 10. So this is my Weekend Dungeon team, and it's not. I haven't really seen anyone use a team like this before. I run Odin as my own personal lead simply for safety, because I I think I do get one hit by the bosses at the end because they do a lot of damage. So Odin is like my way of playing it safe, and Kushinada like really gives me enough multiplier on all on her own, because combos are really easy to come by in Tricolor. I think the highest combo I've ever gotten in Tricolor was 25, and it was a pretty insane combo. But yeah, this team is nice, and the funny thing is that these golems, most people don't like using. I don't know, I don't see people use these golems a lot, but I think they're actually pretty good, especially when you ultimate evolve them, because their active skills actually, like, you can use them in Weekend Dungeon. So especially if you're not if you don't want to put together like a whole fancy team for Weekend Dungeon, then just using the ogres helps a lot, because they get sub types that also work in Tricolor. I throw my own Life Protector Seru Karin in here because she's water sub grass. It's really unfortunate because I can't, her active skill doesn't really do anything. I sometimes run her as lead, but for sake of safety, I'm going to use Odin for this run. And Echidna is just really good because fire attribute works in Tricolor, and also her delay is very helpful, especially when at the final boss you end up having both the carbuncles attacking on the same turn. So here we go. As standard with any kind of Odin team, you want to kill off things that are synced on the same turn. So I'm gonna try and activate Kushinada's ability here by getting a decent number of combos. You kind of want to at least try to get like combo 4 or so, like just on the screen without skydrops, because skydrops almost always come in Weekend Dungeon. But I mean, getting at least a couple before your skydrops is pretty safe way to go. Now these masks they're the divine masks, and they actually do a lot of damage, especially if you're not running an Odin. So these are definitely things to be careful of. I want to say they do like 10,000 or like 99999 if you do not have Odin. So that's another good point to keep in mind. So, and also unnecessary combos always come along when you don't need them in Weekend Dungeon. That's pretty much a given. And you see like that first battle, I already got 30,000 coins, and those come around a lot. So this dungeon is really great for farming your for all pretty much fulfilling all of your money needs in this game. Of course, the EXP is eventually gonna get slower as you get higher ranked. Like it's starting to slow down a bit for me, but overall, still until you can start doing like insanely like difficult descend dungeons. Weekend dungeons could be predominantly your greatest method of leveling up, and of course, and mass attacks do wonders here. Other than that, there's not much else. There's not that much to say about Weekend Dungeon. You just barrel your way through. You can definitely run like a straight up attacking team. Like here, I just took a lot of damage because two monsters were synced and I wasn't able to kill them in time. But that's not too much of a problem as long as I can heal it up this turn. Because those little devils, like this thing, these things are really annoying because they attack every turn. So essentially they become automatically synced to anything that's attacking in the coming turn. So you want to get rid of those as soon as possible. That's generally a given. Other than that, as long as you're careful and you try and make sure that you kill off anything that's synced, you should be completely invincible. In master rank, and when you're doing master difficulty, there are like kind of like two boss battles. Like there's like a boss battle number 9 is kind of like a sub boss, and you'll recognize it if you've obviously done the difficulty level rank before it. So that one, it is possible to die if you're not careful, because if all three are synced, then you really have to, if you don't have Echidna to delay, then you're kind of in trouble. You have to kill off all of them, like at least 2 of them, before getting one hit by the enemies, by the monsters. So the only one thing that does suck is that you do not get any eggs from Weekend Dungeon. Like this dungeon is strictly for experience and coins only. And I mean, it serves its purpose for what it's supposed to do, so I mean, no one's really complaining. And if you're a veteran player of Puzzles and Dragons, then you already know all of this. I'm pretty much just doing this video for fun, showing like how I deal with, or how I go through these dungeons and such. Probably just gonna make fun of how bad my skills are, but that's alright. Get better eventually. That Skydrop though, pretty pointless, but looks cool. Makes you look a lot better than you are. Let's see here. Okay. Like every so often, I do these like crazy moves that essentially you pretty much, they just look cool, and sometimes it's really sad when it completely blows up in your face and you get like 2 combo out of doing like, out of spending the entire like couple seconds making 3 or 4 loops for no reason. It's really funny. But it's probably more like entertaining for you than it is for me, because that gives me the chance of dying if I'm not careful. Because unless you have a very, very nice team set up for this dungeon, it's still possible to die. And wow, that is 18 combo. 18.
Wow.
Yeah. Like I've considered running Anubis, like for this dungeon actually, like Anubis leader. I mean, he is dark, so you don't get any attacking out of him, but the fact that he can give you insane multiplier when you get 10 combo is really very worth it in my opinion. Like, because especially considering combos are so easy to come by in this dungeon. Like, see, there's 10 combo right there. If I had Anubis, all my monsters would get 10 times. And this is like the second to last boss battle, and wow, that was really nice one hit. I did not expect that. All right, so the second last battle is gonna be the same monsters as the final battle in expert rank. the rank right before this one. And in the final boss battle, you get 2 out of 3 carbuncles of the 3 elements: water, wood, and fire. So in this one, I got wood and fire. And because of that, I can see, this is why these ogres come in handy. I'm only using 2 of them because I wanted to fill up the other slots with better monsters, but they actually do a bit of damage. So they like it's like substantial, especially like if you're in a tight situation. Like they definitely do something. And the only problem like with doing this dungeon is when these two when they spawn and they're synced to the same turn. Okay, here. So right now they're both turn 2. So if I didn't have Echidna, I would have to kill these things off before they attack. And that, if you're unlucky, if you get orb trolled or something, then that could be an issue. But that shouldn't be for me, especially because I have Odin. So Odin does a bit of damage on his own there. And Kushinada is like amazing because of her active skill, also greatly reduces your damage for a turn. So if you ever run into that like really sticky situation where you have like 10 monsters attacking you in the same turn and you just can't like dish out enough combo or damage to kill them, Kushinada can pretty much give you like a safety net so that you don't die. But yep, this is Weekend Dungeon, finished off with a 14 combo, 7 times multiplier, and there you go. Finish that. And yeah, there you go. There's like 175,000 coins right there. That's how you get. That's why I have like 8.7 million, whatever the currency in this game is, gold. And yeah, just farm this dungeon until you rank up a couple times, and every time you rank up, you can just do the dungeon again. It's a good idea to get a lot of Kushinada friends. Like, they really help out a lot. But other than that, yeah, that was Weekend Dungeon, guys, and probably doing more Puzzle and Dragon videos later on. Some of it's probably going to be beginner stuff, like I'm going to go through a couple of the daily dungeons, like the Tuesday to Friday dungeons with like the teams that I use, and most of them are like pretty simple teams. I have sets already built for those. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time, alright? Thanks.